Welcome to American Black Journal. I'm Stephen Henderson. Ford Motor Company is demonstrating its commitment to Detroit neighborhoods by opening a second resource and engagement center in the city. The community center is located inside Fisher Magnet Upper Academy on the east side, and it offers a wide range of support services and cultural activities for residents. Ford debuted this innovative concept 4 years ago in Southwest Detroit. Joining me now from the Ford Motor Company Fund is Sean Wilson, along with project partner Pamela Moore of the Detroit Public Schools Foundation, and James Vegan IV, who serves as entrepreneur in residence at the center. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let's talk about the idea of this center. First, what you've sort of learned since you did it in Southwest and what you hope to accomplish here in a really different neighborhood.
Absolutely. So 4 or 5 years ago, Ford Motor Company Fund saw that there was a lot of investments happening in downtown Midtown, but also recognized the talent and opportunity that lies within the neighborhood. So we wanted to invest in the neighborhoods. And so the very first Ford Resource Engagement Center was opened in Southwest Detroit. And really a tremendous learning. The model is really this wraparound services model where Ford comes in, we provide the funding to take care of all the overhead associated with the center, and then we provide grants to nonprofits to deliver these wraparound services ranging from basic needs, economic growth, quality of life. And the ultimate goal is to help individuals and communities move up that socioeconomic ladder towards a quality life.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we served 85,000 people in just 4 years,
right?
Delivered something like 1.6 million pounds of food in partnership with Gleaners. Wow. Did 7,000 tax returns, returned millions of dollars to the neighborhood. So that kind of success, what happens? You say, let's do it again. Right. And so that's where we are today. Yeah. We want to do it again. And so a couple years ago, we started the process of talking to different communities and neighborhoods. Yeah. At the very heart of this model is really community voice. So one, we wanted to be invited into the neighborhood on the east side. Two, we gave the community a voice to identify everything from what the center should look like to literally the nonprofits who are delivering services had to come in and pitch the community. Absolutely, which is pretty interesting. And then we took that into consideration and decided who we were going to fund. So and lastly, the thing that I think is also innovative about the second model is that it's inside of an operating school. So you have about 400 students at Fisher Upper Magnet Academy, which is a DPS-CD school. We have about 10,000 square feet that we're going to be operating in. And so it's going to be a great opportunity for not only the students, but their families to receive services.
Yeah, yeah. And Pam, this idea of services that the families need, that's a big issue, I feel like, in DPS, and it's one of the things that we've struggled with for a long time, figuring out how not just to get kids to come to school, but to get services to them in their homes and in their families.
Absolutely. We know that there's a high level of poverty in our families at DPS-CD, and so to have these resources and services and programs come to this community is huge. And for Ford Motor Company Fund to do this inside of a DPS-CD school, I mean, it's going to impact chronic absenteeism that we hear about all the time. It's going to impact the financial and social mobility of these families in this community and beyond this community. It touches many of our priorities, things beyond the classroom. We're going to have a STEAM lab for the children, after-school programs, tutoring, mentoring, services for families, adults, the caretakers of these children. So the impact, we know, is going to be huge in this community, and we're just grateful to be a part of it and the lead partner overseeing the operations and fiduciary responsibilities.
Yeah. James, you're entrepreneur in residence. That's a pretty fancy title. Explain to me what that means.
It means I get to have a lot of fun, first of all. But really it's about creating and cultivating a culture of entrepreneurship, both within the FREC and also within the community. So as Sean mentioned, we've got several community partners. Some are working on everything from food distribution to basic needs. Some are focused on workforce development and entrepreneurship, and other programs are focused on quality of life. And with all of our partners, we want to help cultivate those collisions for entrepreneurship. So how do we think not just about job skills, but I help the folks that come through the FREC think about themselves as businesses. Even as you're going through workforce, you should be thinking like a business. Here are the skills I have, here's how I create value, here's how I move myself up the chain, and so that whether it's entrepreneurship or whatever program we're looking at, folks are thinking about themselves in terms of how to create that value and move forward.
Yeah. Sean, you were showing me some pictures of what this looks like before. Explain to the viewers what this is. This is a pretty cool setup. I mean, you've taken a large part of the school and turned it a little bit into like a thoroughfare, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, once again, and it really all the credit goes to the community, because the things that they said they wanted in the space to represent was hope. They said they wanted to feel safe. So we have 24-hour security that's in place. We're finalizing plans to bring green light to the school. So this will be the first school that has
Project Greenlight,
City Initiative.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so we're excited about that. But when you walk in, it's very welcoming, but you also see that there's security, so you feel safe there. But then also we wanted to make sure that you felt inspired. So the hallway, if you think about any school, you have this long hallway.
Right.
And the thought is, how do you program a hallway?
Right.
And so what we decided to do was turn it into 7 Mile and turn it into a vibrant, exciting, thriving 7 Mile. So you have storefronts built in, you have murals there. And so literally on the weekends, you'll be able to come and shop and you know, maybe get your hair cut, you know, shop for some jewelry. There's a farmer market on 7 Mile. There's two parks and a garden all on 7 Mile. So it's really a place where people can come, collaborate, collide, as James always said, and really see themselves moving up that social economic ladder.
Yeah, I mean, and it really takes advantage of the idea of the school as the center of the community, which is something we've lost a lot of in Detroit because we've lost so many schools and we've lost so many communities, right? It's harder to do that.
Yeah, this will truly be the anchor of this community where families can come 6 days a week for all kinds of things, fun things, music, arts, but as well as the important things, job training, job placement. We'll have partners in there that just offer a wide variety of services, helping getting your taxes done, any food insecurity issues. So it will truly make this school and that campus, it's not only Fisher Upper, but Fisher Lower plus Heilman Rec Center, will make that campus a true anchor in that community.
James, talk about that idea, or just sort of expand on that idea of the idea that entrepreneurism should drive your decision making even when you're not thinking of opening a business. You said that and we sort of didn't come back to that. I think that's a really important concept.
Absolutely. If you just look at where trends are going in terms of the economy, a lot of the gig economy is really emerging. So where you graduate from college or high school with one skill and you do that thing for 30 years, that's not happening.
People don't live that way anymore.
Exactly. So whether you're starting a business or you are going, into the workforce, you've got to really be thinking about how do you constantly hone your skills? How do you constantly, just like a business opens up every day, they make that sale, that pitch to customers on their value or their product or services. You got to think like that even in the workforce. And you have a lot of folks that want to start businesses, but they're going to need the funding and the startup lag that'll come from some of the revenue from having a job. So intertwining those both and really working to develop a plan for yourself to be self-sustainable.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and entrepreneurship is such an important, piece of what we're trying to do, because when we surveyed the area, we saw that only 5% of the programs being offered in the area fall in that economic growth bucket, right? Wow. So we said, okay, we can come in and do a ton of workforce development program with awesome agencies like Sarah Metro and Matrix, but how do we also help the community not just get jobs, but become job creators. Right. I mean, that's how you really change the dynamics of a community. And as we know in our, absolutely, and in our country, who does the majority of the hiring? Small businesses. So if you can spark those small businesses, you can create jobs and really help people take advantage of that.
All right. Well, so what's the next neighborhood?
I know,
I'm teasing you.
That's the $1 million. But look, honestly, Ford loves replicating success. And so, we prove that this model is successful in the schools. You have a lot of schools, not only here in Detroit, but around the country. A lot of opportunity there.
Well, and just here in the city, I would imagine, we've got so many neighborhoods that need sparks like this that there's going to be a lot of opportunity.
And by the way, this isn't, at the end of the day, this isn't just a Ford Fund project. We want people to take learnings from this and replicate it. We want other partners to come in and fund initiatives in this space. So this is a collaboration, kind of a collective impact model that we're hoping to expand.
All right. Well, congratulations and thanks for being here.
Thank you.